have to say I'm feeling rather pleased because I was early. Did you notice? I was a few seconds early today, which I feel very pleased about. It's raining. We have rain here at the moment, but the garden is looking very nice because I think it's safe to say, I think we can say right now that spring has arrived. Hello everyone, this is English Addict coming to you live from the birthplace of English, which just happens to be, you know where it is, it's England. We are back. We are back together again. It's so good to see you here. Hi everybody, this is Mr. Duncan in England. That's me, by the way. How are you today? Are you okay? I hope so. Are you feeling happy? Are you feeling good today? Because I hope you are. I was feeling really pleased today because I was prepared, I was ready, but I have to say I am feeling a little sad because I'm on my own completely for the next 24 hours. Steve has gone away. He has gone on a very important work meeting. I don't even know where he is. He didn't tell me. Not because he didn't want to tell me, but because I didn't ask where he was staying. So he is doing something connected with work. I still find it amazing that Steve decided after retiring to go back to work. And I think it is an important thing because from my own experience of seeing Steve retire and then decide that he didn't want to retire, told me something very important. It gave me a little bit of advice because I saw it happening for real. If you are going to retire, if you are at an age, maybe you are approaching the age of retirement, then perhaps you should think carefully about what you are going to do once you retire. And I think it is a very important thing. Many people in their lives look forward to not having to work again. However, you might find that you need to have some sort of plan ready. Now, you might think of finance or money as being important when you retire, and it is. Don't get me wrong, it's a very important thing to consider. Here in this country, of course, once we retire, officially, there is a certain age where the state will give you a pension. And of course, these days, many people also take out private pensions as well. So a pension is something that is put aside for you when you retire. So when you are no longer working, when you no longer have your income, you have to draw your pension. So the state here in the UK, we have pension. I think at the moment, now I might be wrong, I think it's 67. Is it really? No, I think it's still 65. 65 is when you get your pension here in the UK. I think it is anyway. So Steve retired last year, but then he decided to go back to work last year, which to me seemed like a strange thing to do. But he said that he didn't want to stop working. He wanted to carry on working. So he retired and then he went back to work. And that is where he is today, doing the job that he decided was more important than spending time with me. Because for a while I thought it was my fault. I actually thought, because being with me sometimes is not easy. If you've ever met me, and I know some of you have met me in real life, there is a lot to put up with, to be honest with you, if you get my meaning. So I actually thought that Steve had gone back to work to get away from me. Of course, it isn't true. He just felt that it wasn't the right time to retire. So that's what he did. So if you are thinking of retiring, maybe you think that retiring is a wonderful thing, but you have to make sure you have prepared for it. Not just with money, but also with your own outlook on life. Make sure you have something in place for you to actually do, something to keep you busy and to keep your sense of self-worth. I think those are very important things if you are thinking of retiring. It's nice to see you here, by the way, every Wednesday and of course Sunday. We are live right here on YouTube. English Addict. Oh, hello, Vitas. What a surprise. You are first on today's live chat. Well done, Vitas. You have the fastest finger in the world. Palmyra is here. We also have Beatrice. They were talking about Argentina last night because apparently some people are not very happy with their new president in Argentina. Apparently. I don't know why, but some people are not feeling happy about their new president, their new leader. Hello also to Jershid. Hello to you. Mariam. Hello, Mariam. It's nice to see you here as well on this lovely Wednesday. I'm trying not to think of the rain that is falling outside my window. I'm trying not to think about it. But it is nice looking out of the window because we have the daffodils, we have all sorts of lovely things growing in the garden. As spring says, hello, hello spring. It's nice to see you back once more. We also have, Giovanni. Hello, Giovanni. And of course we have Luis Mendez is here today. Hello, Luis. Hello also, Claudia. It's nice to see you back, Claudia. I hope you are okay. I know it's been a very busy time for you, and I hope you are feeling a little bit better today. And you will join in with today's live chat. Shankar. Hello to Shankar. I like your name, by the way. It sounds very dramatic. Hello also to maybe a film star. Shankar. It sounds like the name of a film star. I think so. Who else is here? Tom. Hello, Tom. Tom rocks. I am very impressed because Mr. Steve does not look like a pensioner. Well, he is. He hasn't retired with his pension yet. So he isn't 65. He's nearly 65, but not quite. 63, by the way, Mr. Steve is. And I am not very far behind. So it won't be long before I'm drawing my pension. The only question is, I hope I have one. I have to say, working on YouTube, doing this as a career is not very good for your pension. I will be honest with you. By the way, if you like this, that is the reason why I am waving this around. If you like this, please give me a lovely like and I will be ever so happy. I will go to bed tonight lonely but happy because I know that you like this. It means a lot to me. Who else is here today? I want to say hello to everyone. I don't want to miss anyone out because if I do, I will become ever so upset. I think that's everyone. Oh, okay then. That was quick. That was very fast. So spring has arrived. In fact, today is a special day because it is the spring equinox. Today is the day when the day and night all across the world is equal. The sun is directly facing the earth from the west. So this is the spring equinox here in the northern hemisphere. The hemisphere is the whole of the earth. You have the north, you have the south, you have the northern hemisphere. That's where I am, by the way. Hello there. This is the northern hemisphere here. Perhaps you are watching in the southern hemisphere. So a lot of people are having the autumn equinox in the south because they're at the other end, you see. So the equinox is here. It's always good news for us here in England because we know that spring is really coming. It is on its way as the days slowly become longer and longer. So we do have the spring equinox, which means the daffodils are out in the garden and everything is looking really, really nice. Some people, of course, refer to this as the March equinox. So a lot of people getting excited today because it does mean that the weather will slowly get better, even though it is pouring with rain at the moment outside, which is not very good news at all at the moment, to be honest. Nice to see so many people joining us. Today we are talking about a very interesting subject, words and phrases connected to one particular word in the English language. The word is kick. Kick. It seems like a very simple word, but you might be surprised just how many uses the word kick has in English. We will be looking at that in a few moments from now. Another thing I want to mention, do you like my t-shirt? Maybe in the future, perhaps, you will get the chance to actually own one of these t-shirts. Would you like one? Do you want a bit of Mr. Duncan merchandise? Well, guess what? Over the next couple of weeks, you are going to get the chance to actually buy one of these shirts, not only in white, but also in other colours as well. So there is some Mr. Duncan merchandise coming out very soon. A lot of people asking me, Mr. Duncan, we like your t-shirt. How do we get hold of one? Well, I will be giving you some information on Sunday about how you will be able to get one of these t-shirts, not only white, but also dark grey, dark blue, and also red. It would appear that a lot of people like my red t-shirt, my English Addict t-shirt in red. So it will be available very soon. On the front you will see this, my face, English Addict, and the question, are you an English addict? And on the back, it has the name of my channel. So that is what is happening very soon. We have Mr. Duncan merchandise. Not only t-shirts, by the way. There is also something else coming as well. Another thing that we will be able to use whilst watching. So I hope you will join me on Sunday for the details of Mr. Duncan's merchandise. It's been a long time coming, but it has now finally arrived. Thank goodness. Today we are looking at words and phrases connected to kick. And of course today we are also looking forward to Easter. Easter is on its way, which means I will be eating lots and lots of hot cross buns over the next few days. Something we often eat at this time of year as Easter approaches. I'm just wondering if anyone else will be eating them besides me. I don't know really. It will be interesting to find out if other people are also eating hot cross buns as well. A quick break. I will let you relax for a moment, and then we will have today's big topic. We are looking at words and phrases connected to kick. How many do you know? All of that coming up right after this. It is English Addict on Wednesday. I hope you are feeling good today. It is very nice to have you here. My name is Mr. Duncan. I hope you are having a good week so far. Not too bad, even though I am feeling a little bit lonely today because Steve has gone away. He has no choice. He had to do it. They said, Mr. Steve, you must come to this meeting or else we will give you the boot. Not really. Steve said he might watch because at the moment I think he's in a very important meeting, but he said he might actually have his phone under the desk watching this. So, hello, Mr. Steve, if you are watching at the moment, under the desk. Hi, hello, Mr. Steve. You should be working, you should be concentrating on that meeting, but instead you're watching me. Very naughty. We are looking at a very interesting subject today, the subject of words, one word in particular. The word is kick. Kick. Words and phrases. We often think of the word kick as being a verb. You kick someone. You might kick a thing, an object. You might kick your car in the morning when it doesn't start because it makes you really, really angry. So we are looking at words and phrases connected to kick. There are many ways of expressing this particular word. There might also be some naughty words as well, some slightly rude words as well today. So there is the warning right now for those who might be sensitive to those sorts of things. I suggest you go and lie down in a dark room right now. Here we go then, the word kick, to strike out. Strike out. Using one's foot. You kick something. So it is generally an action, a thing you do. However, we can also use it figuratively as well. So it's not always an action that is literal. Sometimes it is also an action that is not literal. A forceful attack using the foot. So it can be something you do with your foot. You kick something, kick. Or it is something that you are doing forcefully. Maybe in an angry way. You kick something. Maybe you kick the door. Or maybe you kick a person. Please don't do that, by the way. I do not condone. I am not saying it is good to kick someone. Please don't do it. To strike an object with one's foot. So you might kick something with your foot, kick a ball. You might kick the door. You might kick the dog. Please don't do that either. Please don't kick the dog. I know sometimes it is annoying. The dog will bark when you want it to be quiet. It might jump up on your bed and do a wee-wee whilst you are asleep. It can be very annoying, but please, whatever the dog does, please don't kick the dog. It is not very nice. The word kick can also mean give up or stop doing something. You kick something. So you might use this figuratively to show that you have stopped doing something. You kick the habit. You kick something that you don't want to do anymore. Quite often it is something you don't like doing, but you can't stop doing it. Something like smoking, drinking, drugs. Dear. Playing computer games. Maybe you are trying to kick the habit of spending all night playing one of your computer games. So it can happen. There are many things that you might find that you don't want to do anymore. You might kick a habit. So a certain type of habit you stop doing, you kick the habit. You might kick smoking. I'm going to kick smoking. I'm going to stop doing it because it is bad for my health. Even though I don't smoke anyway. I've never done it. Can you believe it? I have never smoked a cigarette ever in my life, even though both of my parents used to smoke quite a lot. So I did not need to kick the habit because I didn't start it in the first place. Then we have another phrase that uses the word kick. We can say that something will kick off. Something will begin to start doing something. You kick off. It means you begin doing something. You start doing something. You kick off. You begin doing that particular thing. The match will kick off at 3. So that means that the football match, or any game, in fact, will begin at 3 o'clock. It will start at 3. The match will kick off at 3. What time is the kick-off? So if someone asks you that question, what time is the kick-off? What time does the match begin? So you can see the one at the top is actually being used in a different way from the one at the bottom. So to kick off here is the verb, and the kick-off here is the noun. What time is the kick-off? What time is it? So kick-off can be a noun or a verb. The kick-off is, or they will kick off at a certain time. So the first one is the noun, the kick-off is the actual thing, and the verb is the action of beginning that thing, the actual beginning, the actual kick-off. Here's another one. A fight or trouble might suddenly kick off. Something suddenly starts. Something begins. Something starts very quickly without any warning. Maybe something that is aggressive or violent might suddenly kick off. A fight or trouble might suddenly begin or start. We say that it suddenly kicks off. A sudden state of chaos kicks off. So when something kicks off, it means it starts, sometimes quite suddenly or unexpectedly, without warning. Maybe a fight kicks off in the local pub because everyone has had too much to drink. A fight or trouble might suddenly kick off. A sudden state of chaos kicks off. So that is how we are using that phrase. As a phrase, something might be a kick in the teeth. So this is an expression. It's not literal. So this particular thing is being used figuratively, not as an actual action. So as a phrase, something might be a kick in the teeth, a hurtful action towards someone or from someone. Maybe a person does something to you and you feel very hurt and upset by it. Maybe the action of another person upsets you. You feel as if you have been kicked in the teeth. It feels like a kick in the teeth. I can't believe he did that to me. It is such a kick in the teeth. Used figuratively, not literally, unless of course you have been in a fight where someone has literally kicked you in the teeth. A hurtful action towards someone can feel like a kick in the teeth. So we are using that particular phrase figuratively, not actually. Here we go. Here is the warning once again for those who are easily offended or upset. So I'm telling you now, we are going to say some rude words here. To give someone a kick up the arse. If you kick someone up the arse, it means you scold or warn a person for their laziness or poor performance in their job. You give them a kick up the arse. So again, this is figuratively. You are not using literal terms. You are not literally being kicked up the arse. You are being told off. You are being scolded by your boss. They are telling you that you have to improve your work. You have to work harder or else you'll be out. We will give you the sack. So you might say that you are getting a kick up the arse. You are being told that you have to do something better. You have to improve your performance. To scold or warn a person for their laziness or their poor work. Have you ever been kicked up the arse? Have you ever been lazy in your job or at work? Perhaps someone has had to tell you to improve your work harder, or else you'll be out the door. To give someone, I can't believe I just said that. I said it about 8 times. You might get a kick out of doing something. You might get a kick out of doing something. I get no kick from champagne. It's a song, by the way. A kick in this use is a thrill or pleasure. Something that gives you pleasure. It makes you feel excited. Maybe something you should not be doing gives you a kick of some sort. Maybe a person who is not very nice, they might get a kick out of being rude to other people. I saw a film the other night, by the way, that deeply disturbed me. It is one of the most disturbing films I think I've ever seen. It's a very old film. Mademoiselle, if you ever get a chance to see that film, it is a really, really disturbing film. That's all I'm saying. I watched it the other night. Very old film. I think it was made in 1966. I think it's an Italian film, but all the people in the film are English, or they're speaking English. And to make matters worse and more confusing, I think the film is set in France. But it is a very disturbing film. Mademoiselle is the name of the film. He seems to get a kick out of making people cry. Some people do. Why is that? Why do some people enjoy making other people unhappy? Very strange. He seems to get a kick out of making people cry. He seems to enjoy making people feel upset. She gets a kick out of shoplifting. Ooh, Mr. Duncan, that is very naughty. A person who goes shoplifting is a person who goes into the shop and they steal things. They put the things in their pocket without paying. They shoplift. Some people get a lot of excitement from doing that. I suppose it could be exciting as long as you don't get caught. But to be honest with you, I don't think it's a good idea. There is someone I know, in their childhood, they used to go shoplifting. I'm not saying who it is, but it is someone I know, and I know them very well. But when they were young, they used to go shoplifting with their friend until one day they were caught doing it and they had to go to the police station and they spent a short time in the police cell. So don't do it. Be careful. Some people get a thrill. They feel excited when they do something that is naughty, such as stealing from shops. Please don't do it. I don't advise that you do it. But there was someone who used to do it. They don't do it anymore because they were caught. You know who it is. I know who it is. I was very shocked when I found out that that person used to go stealing from shops. I was actually quite upset. Here's another word we can use when we are dancing or performing. You might do a high kick. Beep, 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 boop. You might lift your leg up very high when you are dancing, like those ladies from the Folies Bergère. They might do their high kick. They lift their legs up very high. I don't know how they do it. Or maybe a ballet dancer, of course. A ballet dancer might lift their leg up very high as they are performing. I don't know how they do it, but I'm sure it must come in very useful for certain things. To lift one's leg high up whilst performing is beep, 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 beep. A high kick. High kick. You can kick your leg very high. Unfortunately, I cannot kick my leg very high. I can't lift anything, to be honest, very high. It takes me 10 minutes to get out of bed. I have to lift one leg over the edge of the bed slowly and then I have to bring the other leg to the edge of the bed, and then I have to slowly turn myself around as I slowly come to terms with another day of existence. So no, my days of high kicking are well and truly over. Not that they existed anyway, to be honest. I could never get my legs very high, despite the rumours. 2, here's another one, by the way, another warning. If you are easily offended, upset, please don't be, because I am telling you now that we are about to say kick ass. Kick ass. To kick ass is to attack or beat someone up. But not like that. That's not really beating someone up. That's nothing. Can you imagine me in a fight? I wouldn't last very long. That's all I can say. To kick ass is to attack or beat up someone. You attack them. There was a film, wasn't there, called Kick-Ass. In fact, I think there were 2 films. And did you hear yesterday, apparently one of the stars from Kick-Ass, the movie, is going to be the new James Bond. I don't even know who that person is. Never heard of them. A kick-ass is a person who can go around beating people up very easily. Maybe a tough guy, maybe a person who is very strong and they can take care of themselves. Or, of course, to kick ass is a verb. So you are beating someone up. You are actually beating that person up. You are kicking someone's ass. I wonder how many strikes YouTube are going to give me for this live stream. I wonder. Let's see if I can get 5. To kick ass is to attack or beat up someone. We can use it as a noun or a verb. Oh no, not again. There's more. There's more of them. Oh. I might as well delete my YouTube channel now because I am going to get into so much trouble over this. You have no idea how much trouble I'm going to get into for doing this. To get your ass kicked is to have been defeated or beaten in a fight. Maybe someone beat you. Maybe you decided to have a fight with someone and the other person beat you in the fight. You can say that you had your ass kicked by someone. You got a good ass kicking from your neighbour. Have you ever had a good ass kicking from your neighbour? Has your neighbour ever come round to complain? Or have you ever been round to your neighbour and complained to them? And maybe they've become very violent and threatened you. So this might be my last ever live stream. If it is, thank you for watching me for all of these years. It was lovely being here on YouTube. It was ever so nice. Okay, I'm not going to say that again, just in case. Just in case YouTube come around and they might cut my wire, which apparently is very painful. The enjoyment of something is to get a kick. You might get a kick out of something that is enjoyable, something nice, something that's fun, something that is harmless. So earlier I said that people can be rude or nasty or horrible and they enjoy it, but this is to do something that gives you genuine pleasure. It gives you enjoyment and you love doing it so much. You get a kick out of doing it. I get a real kick out of learning new English words. So that might be something you say. You might say, Mr. Duncan, I get a kick out of learning new English words. You enjoy it. It is a thing that gives you pleasure, enjoyment, satisfaction. You feel as if it is something that you want to do all the time. It is something you enjoy doing. You get a kick out of it. It feels pleasurable. It feels like something that you want to do again and again. But this is a nice thing. Maybe something that you enjoy. Maybe you like going out for a walk in the countryside and you like to see all of the beautiful nature around you. You might say, I get a kick out of walking in the countryside. It gives me a lot of pleasure. I enjoy doing it. It is very nice indeed. And that, as they say, is that. I would imagine that a lot of people will know other words and phrases connected to kick. In fact, there might be quite a few, but the ones I've showed you today are the most common. They are the most common forms of the word kick. Look at that. It's 2:45 almost. I hope you've enjoyed this lesson. Can I tell you something? Because I have a lot of information to give you next weekend. Next Sunday, I am with you. Please don't be late. The kick-off will be at 2 p.m. UK time, as usual. There is Mr. Duncan merchandise. You will be able to get your own Mr. Duncan t-shirt and also another item as well, which I'm not going to tell you about at the moment. It's going to be a big surprise. And there is a new YouTube channel coming. I am at the moment creating new lessons, a very different type of channel. It will be my channel. It will have me on the channel teaching English as usual, but it will be slightly different from how it is normally. And that is all I have to say for today. I hope you've enjoyed today's live stream. There are lots of things to look at. You can watch this all over again if you want. You can, if you are feeling brave. Has it stopped raining? I'm going to look outside to see if it stopped. I think it may have stopped raining. You can see my little heron. Little heron is all wet. Yes, it does look as if I've painted it, but I haven't. This is the heron that Mr. Steve bought for me about 3 years ago. So I think it looks rather nice in the garden now. And that's what that is. You can also see the daffodils as well, because today it is the spring equinox. And now everything is going to slowly get warmer, brighter, more pleasant. At least I hope so, anyway. Thank you very much for your company today. I will see you on Sunday. I will be here. Mr. Steve will be here as well. Both of us for 2 hours. And we have a lot to tell you. Some big things coming over the next few weeks, I can tell you right now. Thank you for your company. It's been lovely having you here. I will see you on Sunday. Don't forget the time. 2 p.m. UK time is when I'm back with you. Give me a like as well. If you like this, then do this under my video. And I will see you very soon. And of course, until the next time we meet, you know what's coming next. Of course you do. You know what's coming next. Take care. Enjoy yourself. I am going to have a cup of tea on my own because Mr. Steve isn't here. Think of me. And of course, ta-ta for now. See you on Sunday.